Good evening. My name is Kacper Paradowski and you are watching Poland Daily News. Next week, Poland will hold the final round of the presidential election. Usually, before the vote, TV stations organize a debate between the presidential candidates. However, this time, a direct confrontation might not be executed. Opposition candidate Rafał Trzaskowski refused to participate in the debate announced for tomorrow by the state television. The event was envisioned to be a casual conversation of the presidential candidates with the inhabitants of Końskie in central Poland. In an attempt to avoid the public encounter with the incumbent president, Rafał Trzaskowski, just 4 days after the scheduling of the debate, announced today that tomorrow evening he is organizing his own debate in Greater Poland and invites media representatives. The organizers of this second debate published a list of approved editors on the internet. However, it does not contain Telewizja Republika or Poland Daily.
Mam dla pana prezydenta dobrą wiadomość, a mianowicie jutro w poniedziałek.
I have good information for Mr. President. Tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. we are organizing a presidential debate in the city of Leszno, and I would like to invite Mr. President to this debate. I mentioned the new form of the debate earlier. We are inviting all right-wing and left-wing journalists. They will be able to ask questions on all topics possible. I will answer all of them, and hopefully President Andrzej Duda will answer as well. As you know, unfortunately, President Duda doesn't answer questions that often. He doesn't organize press conferences at all. All he organizes are setups where he knows all the questions beforehand. This kind of a setup is going to take place in the city of Końskie. I would like to clearly state that I am not going to participate in that kind of a rally. I am inviting Mr. President for a real debate of a totally different form in order to find out his views. This will be only possible if he shows up.
Tylko zapraszam pana prezydenta na prawdziwą debatę.
When asked whether he would take part in the debate in Leszno, President Andrzej Duda declined. Duda stated he would rather answer questions from the Polish citizens at the Końskie debate, which Rafał Trzaskowski refused to participate in, and that the Leszno debate was Trzaskowski's attempt at dodging the meeting with the incumbent president. Which debate in Leszno? Mr. Trzaskowski is simply dodging again. Please excuse him for that. As far as I know, the presidential candidates were invited to the debate with the residents of Końskie. I think that this formula is interesting. The very fact that the residents are to be the ones to ask questions. Mr. Trzaskowski dodges the meeting and instead runs away to Leszno. But please, excuse him for it. Territorial Defence Forces are the youngest type of Polish armed forces, and new brigades are still being formed. At present, 25,000 soldiers serve in these voluntary units. As of today, the Podkarpackie Brigade has 59 new soldiers. They took an oath on the market square of Nowa Dęba in southeastern Poland in the presence of the President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda.
Dziękuję Bogu.
Thank God for your service. Thank God and your parents for being there, for being supportive, and for your upbringing. These extraordinary values have been instilled among your families in your homes. I always emphasize that the family is the greatest value. Thanks to the family, for centuries, for more than 1,000 years, our tradition has continued and has been built up.
Największą wartością. Myślę, że jeżeli ktoś raz w życiu
I think that if someone once in their life decides to become a soldier for patriotic reasons in order to serve their homeland and their fellow men, they remain a soldier for the rest of their life. I wish you this with all my heart. I thank you and your loved ones once again for your wonderful attitude and your devotion. Thank you very much and congratulations.
za waszą obecność. Dziękuję bardzo i gratuluję.
In the upcoming issue, Gazeta Polska Weekly is to publish Katarzyna Gujska's interview with President Andrzej Duda. The interview focuses on the brutal attack of the Fakt tabloid on the incumbent president. The magazine will be available in newsstands and online on Wednesday. And now an update on last week's story. We reported that the presidential campaign of Rafał Trzaskowski accused the incumbent president of pardoning a paedophile. The case was publicized by the mainstream media, among them a tabloid published by a German group. The president explained that the pardoned man had already served time in prison, lived with his family and adult daughter, and supported them financially. It was the daughter who had been molested in the past who asked the president to lift her father's restraining order. Despite these explanations, the media continued to slander the head of state, and the family who was used to attack the president is suffering the most.
Chcę im żyć spokojnie. To był apel do prezydenta.
I want to live a peaceful life. It was an appeal to the president to lift the ban on the restraining order. That was it. We didn't ask for anything else. We just wanted the president to lift the ban on the restraining order so that we could be together, so that we could be a family. We asked for it, and the president fulfilled our wish. We got what we wanted. Leave us alone. Let us live.
Spokojnym. Po prostu dajcie żyć.
Czy pani
Do you trust your husband?
teraz nadal?
W 100%, bo jakbym nie ufała, nie byłoby tego.
Yes, 100%. If I wouldn't have trusted him again, nothing would have happened. He made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. He has changed. He has proved that he has changed. It took some time to rebuild that trust, but we did it. We trust each other. We live like a normal family, and we want to live like a normal family. I trust him 100% with everything. I am not afraid that something is going to happen, so let us live a normal life.
Czy coś się stanie, czy coś. Więc dajcie po prostu spokój.
Did you forgive your father? Did you trust your father?
Czy pani ufa tacie?
W 100%. W 100%.
Yes, 100%. Like my mother said, if we wouldn't trust him again, if we wouldn't forgive him, all the letters to the president would not have happened. She thought that everything was going to be okay, and now everything started to rush back to her. It's unbelievable. People who exposed everything were not aware of our point of view. They didn't know that all this is simply a political game, a political campaign. They wanted the president to be smeared. We were literally shot in the head.
Jestem bardzo wdzięczna panu prezydentowi.
We are very grateful to the president for lifting the restraining order. He helped us live a normal life. We've been living a normal life for a few months, but now that we're being attacked from all sides, it is simply impossible.
Niemożliwe,
Co by pani...
What would you say to them?
żeby dali nam spokój.
To leave us alone. This is just a political game, as we are the victims. We, normal people, are the victims.
Ofiarami jesteśmy. Po prostu.
Are you able to trust your husband now?
Tak. Po to pisaliśmy te pisma.
This is why we wrote these letters, in order to live together and to get a second chance. He made a mistake, that is true, but he wanted to rectify his mistake, and we saw that.
Żeby ten błąd naprawić.
Now let's take a look at the latest information on the coronavirus pandemic published by the Polish Ministry of Health. The Polish Ministry of Health reported 231 new coronavirus infections in the country. This means that the total number of Poles with COVID-19 has increased to 35,950, of which 23,746 have recovered from infection. In the last 24 hours, the disease has taken the lives of 5. The total number of deaths from COVID-19 in Poland is 1,517. This year's celebrations of Independence Day in the United States were very different than usual. For example, Los Angeles city officials cancelled all events and banned fireworks displays. However, LA patriots managed and launched fireworks by themselves. Some people were frightened, some in awe. Małgorzata Schulz reporting from LA.
This year, 4th of July celebration didn't look like any other Independence Day. Most of the fireworks shows were cancelled or available online or from parked cars. This long weekend in the USA was far from traditional 4th of July celebration. Małgorzata Schulz, especially for Poland Daily.
That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for Poland Daily Business. Good night.